right? If I had met him when I was 12, it would have been a completely different relationship. Because at 2, I didn't even know he wasn't my real father until I was 10 years old, right?
Really?
Yeah, they just
So
didn't.
what was that like to figure? Well, I guess we can talk about that
It
later.
didn't
But
bother me actually. It was like, oh,
but you had to have had some questions
yeah, it
about.
made sense. It was like, oh, that's why you're a short, light skinned man. And I'm not like I didn't. It didn't. I just didn't. It wasn't. I wasn't shocked. I wasn't like disappointed or. I think over time I got curious. Like,
Wait, 10 years old,
maybe 9. I don't know.
9. We never talked about this.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
We do
Yeah,
need to talk
it
about
didn't.
that
It
because
did.
I'm just
Yeah, it
interested how
wasn't.
you found out,
I
who
did.
told you about it,
Yeah, my dad
if you
told
were
me.
curious about your biological, not even your biological father, but if you were curious about who you were with your biological family, because you had an entire family that you were cut off from. So
Yeah,
that's interesting, but we'll talk about that
it
later.
did. It really didn't bother
What
me.
that did to
It
you.
didn't. It didn't bother me much because it's almost like, think of it like food.
Huh.
Let's say you were supposed to get, you know, a turkey dinner with green beans and a salad and mashed potatoes, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, but you never got that. But
Yeah.
instead, somebody gave you a roasted chicken with asparagus and sweet potatoes, right? And you're full. You eat the food and you're really full. And then someone says, "Oh, well, that wasn't supposed to be your meal. You were supposed to eat something different." Well, you don't care
You
because
don't care?
you don't care. No,
You're
because you
not at all
no,
curious
no.
about
Listen,
what
listen,
that
listen.
turkey dinner is
No,
about?
you might be curious a little bit, but you're like, man, that chicken was really good. But now imagine though that similarly,
Huh.
now imagine though if you actually got starved. What if you were sitting there hungry, and you had to eat a rat because you were starving because you had no food available? Then you might be a little pissed. Then you're gonna be like, damn, I ate this nasty ass rodent when I could have been eating a turkey dinner. I was supposed to have a turkey dinner with blah blah blah. So I will say, if I had grown up without a father, I would have longed for my father. If I'd grown up abused, like in, say, I don't know, foster care or something, yeah, that would have pissed me off. Or even let's say that my biological father had been this amazing man who was like a billionaire, and I realized I could have been on mansions and in mansions and yachts. Yeah. So I was curious about that. I was like, I wonder if my dad's like this rich man who's really
So
successful.
you're fantasizing about
I
this
did,
mysterious
and the
person.
fantasy died when I was 14 and I met the little Negro, and he was not impressive to me at all.
So that's interesting. I mean, because you know, you not may not be conscious of it, but unconscious, if you're not being impressed with this person who's biologically, you are half of him, right?
Hmm.
His DNA is in you. That's who you are. And to see that, I wonder how then in turn you may have felt about yourself.
Here's how I consciously felt. I don't know about the subconscious because we none of us
Or
does really.
unconscious.
Right.
Mhm.
Here's what I would. I saw my father. I didn't see him as necessarily a deficient human being. I believe in potential. I saw myself as a version of him that fulfilled his potential. I don't
Oh,
look at my father, even to this day. I don't look at my biological dad like he was just meant to be a worthless human being. I look at him as a man who had tremendous ability. My mother used to tell me all the time, "Your father was really smart, but he got involved in."
really? So
Yeah,
that's where you got
but
your brains
right,
from.
right. But listen, she said that he